let's see what this video has to offer about Chinatown. Let's just say I know this alley quite well. Anyway, let's go. Let's hopefully he will be quite accurate when it comes to describing parts of Chinatown.
In this video, I'm going to take you on a walking tour through San Francisco's Chinatown, the biggest Chinatown in North America. This is also...
Sorry. I know I hate to start this on a bad note, but San Francisco Chinatown is the oldest Chinatown in North America, but definitely not the biggest. The reason is very simple. San Francisco Chinatown is limited in size. San Francisco Chinatown is only 22 square blocks. That means its population is no more than 100,000. In fact, the official census numbers, as at least quoted by Wikipedia, is more about 35,000. Frankly, the one in Brooklyn, the one in New York, is at least 25,000 more people, because they have 40 square blocks to work with. So I know some San Francisco guys do say it's the largest, but that's severely outdated information that does not pertain to reality. Anyway, I know I'm nitpicking, but this is meant to be a fact check, or if you really insist, this is a roast. Yes, I know. Sorry, I'm not as entertaining as Uncle Roger. And no, I'm not gonna do any hi-yas. Well, maybe once or twice. Let's continue, shall we?
Where they invented the fortune cookie right here at the Golden Gate.
Oh God. No. Please. No. Sorry. There are two stories to the invention of fortune cookie. As a San Francisco resident, I am particular to the version that the fortune cookie was invented by Makoto Hajiwara in the after the Midwinter Festival. He was asked to take over the Golden Gate Park's Japanese tea garden, and he became the caretaker. But the subsequent mayor didn't like him and fired him. He eventually got his job back. I think it was the next term. I didn't look too deeply into that. You can look that up in Wikipedia yourself. But basically, when he got the job back, he started making these cookies for all the residents, for all the visitors to the Japanese tea garden. And then these cookies are shaped very much like our modern fortune cookies, with a thank you note inside. And that, it is believed that he based this cookie off of a Japanese cookie called the Sujiura Senbei. And that is the true origin of the fortune cookie, or at least that's one version of it. The other version of the fortune cookie tale was invented by David Jung in the Los Angeles area somewhere around 1918. With a similar, like he needed to make a cookie and he came out with it, and later they started stuffing fortunes in it. It was not invented at the Golden Gate Fortune Cookie Factory. That thing didn't even exist when Makoto Hajiwara invented the cookie. Oh, it's just, it's almost like he used ChatGPT to come out with the script. Anyway, just as a pure trivia side note, a mock court in San Francisco called I think it's called the Court of Historical Inquiry or something like that, actually, quote unquote, adjudicated who invented the fortune cookie. Since the court is San Francisco, let's just say it ruled for San Francisco and LA cried foul and never really accepted the quote unquote verdict. But it's a mock court anyway. It was done for fun. It's not serious. Okay, so okay, let's continue.
A fortune cookie company that we're going to visit later on in this walk, but let's go ahead and start from the beginning at the gate. All right, and here we go, starting this walk at the intersection of Bush and Grant Street. Grant Street is the main touristy street through Chinatown. We're gonna walk this for a little bit, and then we'll go check out some of the side streets, the alleys, and of course, Ross Alley that had the fortune cookie company. Now, I prefer the colorful ones there. We got Popeye, Donald Duck, even...
As you can clearly tell, that is Scrooge McDuck, not Donald Duck. Want to go back and look at it? Nah, I'm sure you can figure it out which duck is which. That is clearly Scrooge McDuck. Ay.
Mickey Mouse here in the back. All right, now this Chinatown, San Francisco is the largest Chinatown in North America, the most famous, but it didn't always look the way it does today.
As I said at the very beginning, it is not the largest, just the oldest. It's very obvious that the one on the East Coast is bigger because it has 40 square blocks to work with rather than 22. But, whatever.
Today, it looks a little bit like as if you built an amusement park on China with these pagodas on top of buildings, which of course is not how China actually looks. And so how did San Francisco Chinatown begin to look like this? Well, it used to look just like any other part of San Francisco. But then there was a big earthquake that really leveled most of Chinatown, and
It leveled all of Chinatown. There was nothing left, or at least not after the fire.
Chinese residents, as they got together to rebuild this place, they hired some white architects that lived here in San Francisco at the time, early 1900s, and they looked at pictures of China and said, well, that's what China looks like. And so they really wanted to invite people to come here, really make it a tourist attraction, which it is today, but it's also a place where the local Chinese population lives. We just saw a cable car go.
Okay. Not completely wrong, but a little glossed over. I'll give that a pass. The truth is, you have to thank one guy. The guy's name is Luktin Eli. He is a legend in himself. I will include a link to his biography a little later, but let's just say he's the chief negotiator who hired T. Patterson Ross, the white architect, quote unquote, and his architectural firm. I think it's Ross and Berggren. That was the St. John building at the corner of California and Grant. That was the first building to be rebuilt in Chinatown after the 1906 earthquake. It went up in 1908, just in time for the Chinese New Year. So, and yes, they specifically added the pagodas and the arches and the whatnot in order to be evocative of the Tang dynasty, which is pretty much medieval China. So, yes, essentially, the Chinatown that you see today is basically medieval land. But let's continue.
By right there, that is California Street, and so that's the California Line cable car. Now, this building right here, the trademark building, has a nice Chinese motif up on top, and in the bottom is dim sum corner. By the way, you'll notice many of the stores are closed here. And, the pandemic, unfortunately, was not too kind to Chinatown. We've seen a number of the little mom and pop owned stores go out of business. But, if you're coming here, it's definitely worth a visit. There's a lot of stuff to see, and you can take that cable car, which is pretty fun. By the way, if you look at this cable car,
Okay, no, it's not called a trademark building, even though it does say trademark on it. The one is the Sing Chong building and one is the Sing Fat building. Clearly this guy's just basically riffing off whatever he saw, based on whatever dim recollections of whatever he did. I mean, well, I understand that he needs to get the video out, but still, please do some research.
and you see there's nobody on it, that's because this is the good line to take. The line that all the tourists take, they take the line in from Union Square to Fisherman's Wharf. This line, and you, by the way, that line to Fisherman's Wharf, you can wait up to an hour for that line because that's the one all the tourists go on. This one, the California line, goes from the kind of ferry building at the Embarcadero up the hill, and so you can get on that one, as you see, and pretty much have the whole thing to yourself.
And you can go up to Van Ness, which is nowhere, which is why nobody take this line. You can say you took the cable car, yes, but not to go anywhere useful. But let's continue.
You'll often find people playing music here in Chinatown, and that's very nice right there. All right.
He's actually busking, as you can see. There's the Erhu case is open for donations, so he's actually busking. He's not just playing music to be nice.
Right, we'll see more people playing music too. There was a group of like and a place that also sells kimonos. Here, I want to walk over to the kimono store. Oh, but first, actually, we'll walk over to the kimono store and then we'll check out the Chinese ensemble here. So, yeah, if
you come to Chinatown to check out a shop that sells kimono, which is a Japanese dress. Okay, whatever. I mean, it is kind of exotic, I guess.
you want to get your classic Asian attire, by the way, kimonos not Chinese, they are Japanese, but in this
Thank you for acknowledging that.
store you can get fitted for custom kimonos. Oh, custom, I don't know, but they have a lot of kimonos in the back. All right, let's take a look at that group that's playing right here. Oh, I think if you want to stay like the closest hotel to Chinatown, this is the Hilton right here. This building.
Technically, he just walked past Hotel Triton right outside the gate of Chinatown, as well as what was that hotel that he just walked past right at the beginning, just after the gate? I think it's Garden Grove or something like that. I'll have to look it up. But no, that's not the closest. That is the name brand hotel that's the closest, but not the closest.
Building, which connects to Portsmouth Square on this bridge, and there's a large parking structure right under here. If you're looking for parking, this is a pretty good spot. It's not going to be cheap though. Or I've got another garage. Actually, the one I parked in today is the Vallejo Street garage because it's in the same building as the central police station. So if you're looking for the safest parking garage, that's probably going to be it right there. A lot of these places, we got Chinese medicine stores selling herbs, gin.
Just as a reminder, yes, that building with the red awning, Ellison's, it does say it sells herbs, ginsengs, and teas, but you might want to walk in there just to look because they also sell cool drinks, including water, more of the Western energy drinks, as well as Chinese drinks. But let's continue.
Products, mahogany furniture, jade. You'll see lots of dragon motifs. This building right here is for sale. And then on this corner, we've
Those who live in Chinatown will recognize that used to be a candy store. They closed in COVID and never reopened. Anyway.
got the Chinatown restaurant, Beijing 49er, celebrating 100 years. That is pretty impressive. A lot of history here in Chinatown. This isn't a mural down this street, but this is actually a bit of like neat tile work up here on the wall with dragons and koi fish. That's pretty cool. And then there's this guy selling Gucci's. Oh, over here in Han's.
Just a quick reminder, as a tour guide, I often go down this alley. This alley is Wentworth Alley, and it is called Salty Fish Alley because it used to be the fish market for the entire San Francisco. Portsmouth Square, right now, it's a living space for, as he said, for most of Chinatown due to lack of recreational spaces around here. But Portsmouth Square used to be Civic Center Plaza for the entire city. In fact, downtown used to be at Portsmouth Square. It is only much, much later that everything moved away to the current Civic Center Plaza.
1-ton house. They don't sell things that are tons in weight, but they sell wontons or they sell dumplings. And in the window right here,
Technically, wontons are considered small dumplings. I guess they're related. Let's put it that way.
you can see them making the dumplings tasty for you to order. So that's pretty fun. I love places that put the kitchen right out on display because then you have no questions as to whether it's, clean or not. Oh, here, at Chinatown, when you see
This is Grand Place. I often take tours there. Yes, they have roast duck and chicken and basically all the typical Cantonese dishes that you would usually order. And their duck is actually not that expensive.
the roasted ducks hanging in the window, you see the fish you can order, and they've also got some outdoor seating right out here along the street.
Thank you.
Here's a little Chinatown souvenir store. Everything souvenir you would want. You can pick up here extra luggage, magnets, those sorts of things. The local San Francisco police out here keeping the peace, which is nice. Actually, with the pandemic and the crimes recently, there have been news about San Francisco mayor stepping up police patrols and presence. So it is nice to see.
He just passed the Leopold Lounge on the right, one of the very famous bars that were established here in San Francisco. From the 30s to the 60s, Grant was known as a nightclub street. There used to be like 4 different nightclubs right on Grant, basically trying to entice all the returning GIs. And Lipo and the Buddha Bar right across the street are both established right around this time.
course, we've got the waving cat right there saying hello, hello, the waving cat. The funny thing about the waving cat is that waving motion is actually the come here motion. So I always thought, like when I see those waving cats, I'm like, it's waving at me. And actually that motion is intended to bring money, wealth, and prosperity into the store. That's why they put the waving cat out into.
And here's a bonus bit of trivia for you. The waving cat is actually Japanese in origin. The waving cat is called Maneki Neko. And it was, as I said, originated in Japan. But recently, in the past couple decades, it simply became wholly adopted by the Chinese. I believe the original story was that this owner had a cat that always waved him goodbye like this, and eventually he got lucky and won a fortune, and he credited to his cat or something like that. Anyway, later there are different lores that are created around this. If it's a right hand, it's something, it's one thing. If it's a left hand, it's something else, and it gets really complicated from there. And then from there on, when the Chinese started copying the cats, they either kept it original Japanese or they started putting in more Chinese characters. It gets complicated. But I'm just letting you know, if you do see a lot of these cats around, but it's actually Japanese in origin. Anyway.
The store. And then we'll head up the street. This is Jack Kerouac. I probably mispronounced the name of that street, but this is the Zodiac Wall, the 2023 year of the rabbit right here for the Lunar New Year. And
if you look closer on each of the tiles here on the wall, you will realize that they also have a surname in them. That is the most popular surnames in China.
And we've got other cool murals here. The Zodiac Warriors 2021 for all the different animal Lunar New Years. That's cool. And it's not just on this side of the alley, but it's on this side of the alley too. This one is pretty big. All right, we're gonna walk over.
There used to be a mural of Bruce Lee with, I think it's, who is that famous rapper that died and that got made into a hologram? Tupac. Yeah. There used to be a Tupac, and Bruce Lee mural on one side, but it looks like they took that down a couple years ago, so there are now only 2 Bruce Lee murals in Chinatown.
Over here to Columbus as we check out the taxi. Now, Chinatown borders North Beach, which is the Italian hub of San Francisco. And so if you're looking for some of the best Italian restaurants, you're gonna find them here down Columbus. By the way,
Did you notice the Italian flag on the light pole right here? That's how you know you're in North Beach.
Columbus and Broadway. We're gonna make a left turn over this way on Broadway and head up to Stockton. And apparently, this is where the party is. There's a taqueria back there with some pretty vibrant mariachi sounding music. All right, now we're going up Broadway. The New Sung Hong Kong restaurant has some.
Okay, well, that taqueria is Taqueria Zorro. And no, they do not use the Zorro decoration theme. Unfortunately, not too bad. but it's delicious. It's pretty filling. Probably the only Mexican restaurant in the area, if I remember correctly. I didn't exactly do a deep dive. New Sun Hong Kong has been closed for a long time. Let's see if he spots that.
Neat art all the way on 3 floors of the building. The crosswalk here has a neat Chinese motif, and this is looking back on Grant that we just walked down from that gate. So we're just gonna go up 1 block and then walk our way back towards Union Square. But there's a lot of really cool things to see up on this street, a lot of the little markets. We're gonna go check out more of the little alleys. We're
I don't think he realized he just walked past a hotel.
gonna see that fortune cookie shop and lots more cool things. All right, so supermarkets. Here is the ABC Supermarket Incorporated that also has pushed the supermarket right out here onto the street. We've got potatoes, we've got green onions, we've got ginger, of course, and oranges. Parking, if you were to park in this parking garage, it would be $20, which is actually a pretty reasonable price, I think, to pay for your parking.
What he didn't notice is that while this place does offer parking, this is actually a motel. This is Pacific Royal Motel, if I remember correctly. I may have missed a word or two on the actual name.
We've got a place here that says dine, drink, and shop. Stay well and
that's China Live.
the Broadway Dim Sum Cafe. And in this
I used to go to that Broadway Dim Sum Cafe. That place is unfortunately really gotten pretty horrible. I tried to go back a couple days ago, and let's just say the stuff there is barely edible nowadays. I used to like that place.
orange shop, oh, it's a bakery. You can get wedding cakes. This is the VIP coffee.
They also have noodles and other stuff. Most people, they just look, oh, it's a bakery. They don't realize they serve full meals in there.
And cake shop. Looks like they've sold out of most of their things for today. Smell these as you come by, where you get like the dried fish and the dried ingredients, and these things can be cheap, $8 a pound, or pretty expensive, $55 a pound right there.
That's actually dried shrimp.
All right, but on the other side of the street, there are a ton of markets, and now that no cars are coming, all right, here we go. Chris is not dying today, because if I did die today, I probably couldn't upload this video to you. Here we go. This, I wanted to come over here to show you this. This is a seafood shop where they've got the fish in the window, but they've just got the live crab and everything. Big king crabs.
Those are Dungeness crabs.
Tasty, tasty. We've got more roast meats in the window here. And another mural over there on the side of the street. As we look, oh, the sun is in right here. As we look at the Chongqing supermarket.
Oh, he missed opportunity. If he turned right and go up about 20 meters, he would have found another dim sum shop. Although that's one pretty much only went to by locals, not tourists. I think it's the Doho.
got the Jumbo Trading Company. I wonder what the Jumbo Trading Company trades.
The answer is everything. It has that downstairs is a whole underground supermarket.
Down there. Looks like another kind of supermarket, Chinese medicine shop. But we're gonna go ahead and turn right here down Ross Alley. But before we do that, I wanna show you this store. On this side of the shop, it sells shoes. And on this side of the shop, it sells anime statues. All right, so you can get your shoes and your anime characters all down the same store, just different parts of it. All right, we got Ross Alley here. This is one of the busiest, most vibrant alleys in Chinatown. This Golden Gate Fortune Cookie Company, they are often credited as being the inventor of the fortune cookie.
No, 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 no. I don't know which source you read about that. I don't want to sound like Uncle Roger, but this is really a hiya moment.
And you can come in here and you can see how they still make their fortune cookies today. And you can pick some up too.
He missed all the different law enforcement badges that's right above his head.
And you can pick up some boba tea right here. If you want to check out some of my other walking tours of San Francisco, you might enjoy my walking tour of Fisherman's Wharf or Pier 39 right here on the screen. And as usual, I won't say goodbye because I'm going to see you in one of those videos.
Okay, folks, he did win over Chinatown, but it's clear that he was just riffing off whatever he saw and did absolutely no research, or he just went on whatever he heard and didn't even bother doing any fact-checking. I commend his effort as he didn't commit like outright lies, but it's more like misconceptions. But as I said, I do fact check, and he missed a lot of things, but hey, he can cover everything. So overall, Chris, I give you a B. I understand you're not a tour guide. You're just somebody who makes YouTube videos about travel, but at least research a little bit about the places that you walk through, please. Anyway, that's all for now from Captain Chang Talks Chinatown. And I will see you in the next one.